In The Matrix Resurrections, there is a machine acting as a double agent, and later in the movie, it helps Sati and the crew free Neo and Trinity from this new Matrix. This machine is known as Kujaku, and we're here today to explain everything we know about this very interesting machine. What's going on, Matrix fans? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, the Viking. Make sure you give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for a brand new video every single day. There is something from The Matrix Resurrections that blew me away. And no, it's not the exomorph. That was pretty cool though. It was a character named Kujaku. It was a machine who was working with the humans against the machines as a double agent. And the reason this character kind of blew me away is because it was different from the other machines. This machine had eyes, and you can tell a lot about somebody, their intentions, how they feel, their emotions through their eyes. And Kujaku was very unique in that sense because the character had these big blue eyes, and when the character was on screen, I felt relaxed. I felt like this character was good and trying to help the crew, and the character did. It helped the crew and Sati free Neo and Trinity from the Matrix. And I was blown away because this Kujaku character, machine, just flew down with ease, with elegance towards Niobe in that scene when we're first introduced to the character. And I want to learn more about this character. And The Matrix Resurrections did a pretty good job of showing us that there is good machines out there. In the world there is good people, there is bad people. But in the Matrix world, we've been told that the machines are bad, humans good. But I really liked how it flipped the coin and said, no, there was a civil war between the machines. Some of them wanted to keep the truce, some of them didn't. And I really enjoy that. And even there is machines within kind of the crew's ship that it's helping them as well. That's pretty cool, that's very interesting. But what if I told you that the character, the machine of Kujaku, is deeper than you may have realized? This is an article from ScreenRant.com. The Matrix Resurrections machine double agent is deeper than you realize. In The Matrix Resurrections, Kujaku is a machine double agent who comes with a hidden connection between the meta sequel and the original trilogy. Kujaku was a machine double agent in The Matrix Resurrections with a lot more under the hood than initially seemed, working as an informant for Niobe. Kujaku first appeared in the latter half of The Matrix Resurrections and soon became a central player in the Trinity rescue mission. Like so many other things in the meta sequel, Kujaku also added to the jam-packed list of meta connections to the original Matrix trilogy. It is no secret that the Wachowskis looked to Japan for inspiration when making The Matrix. On several occasions, they have mentioned Akira, Ghost in the Shell, and the overseas cult hit Ninja Scroll as major influences for the Matrix trilogy. Japan references were scattered throughout the Matrix, like the Japanese characters in the Green Code or the Morpheus samurai sword. Kujaku was another Japan connection in the Matrix series that came with a philosophical metaphor to boot. Kujaku is the Japanese word for peacock, which was a good fit for a beautifully designed flying machine. But there was more to Kujaku than good looks and a Japanese name. In Japanese Buddhism, peacocks are symbols of wisdom and compassion. Like Kujaku in The Matrix Resurrections, peacocks are believed to steer the faithful away from evil and ward against disasters. In other words, Kujaku was another meta-sequel metaphor that connected to the original Matrix trilogy both through its Japanese and religious connotations. It is well known that the Matrix universe is rife with metaphors for Buddhism, concepts and ideas. The most obvious of which is perhaps the boy who said there is no spoon in the first Matrix film. Some even went as far as to claim that the Matrix in its entirety was an allegory for Buddhist philosophy. The concept of samsara is a prime example. It proposes the idea that worlds evolve, reach great potential, face downfall, and ultimately are replaced by new worlds, like versions of the Matrix. The Matrix Resurrections title also toyed with the Buddhist concept of rebirth, which teaches that enlightenment is the only way to escape the falsehoods of imaginary worlds. This tied nicely together with Kujaku's collaboration with Sati, whose name also connected to Buddhist thought. In Buddhism, Sati is a tool that is often translated as mindfulness. This tool is used to observe the human mind, develop insight, and end suffering. In the Matrix storyline, some thought that Sati would replace the Oracle in Resurrections, but instead she joined forces with Kujaku. Just like the Buddhist peacock and the mindfulness tool, Kujaku and Sati guided humans towards wisdom and peace. Kujaku flew into the Matrix Resurrections and perfectly aligned with the Wachowskis' self-proclaimed fandom for Japanese pop culture. Moreover, Kujaku introduced yet another metaphor for Buddhist philosophy, which built on the concepts that Sati introduced in the Matrix Revolutions. Like a prancing peacock, Kujaku proudly displayed its meta-sequel metaphor about and further dug the endless rabbit hole that makes up the Matrix canon. That's a very good article and very interesting how Kujaku means peacock and Sati means mindfulness, and these two things came together to free Neo and Trinity and help the crew in their battle with the analyst. Loved it so much. And I would love to buy a figure or a toy of Kujaku because, as I said, when this character first came onto the screen, it took my breath away because of how elegant it was. It just flew down with ease. It was like it was floating, and it was so friendly and heartwarming, and it was helping the humans. It wanted peace, and you could see that through its eyes. Now, maybe that's just me. Maybe you disagree, but I would love to hear your thoughts, what you thought about Kujaku when it first entered that frame in the Matrix Resurrections. And I loved how the character came back at the end to help the crew. And I would love to see the character, the machine, return in future movies or games or series, whatever it is, because every time this character was on screen, it felt like it was looking at me. Its big blue machine eyes, even though it's a machine, I could still see the good in it. And that was fantastic. And I really love that so much. But that's what Kujaku means. It means peacock. And Sati means mindfulness, and the two of them were able to come together and free Neo and Trinity. And instead of Sati being the new Oracle, I like how she was the new Sati. She was herself. She wasn't just a remake of the Oracle. She was different. She was flawed. She was very humanized in a sense, and maybe that's because she grew up in the Matrix as a child to be an adult. She got to see the good and the bad. She got to develop bad habits, good habits. But in the end, it worked out because the Oracle can see everything, and she knew that Sati would be the one to help. And I love how in the Matrix Resurrections we actually get to see that the machines had a civil war. There was good machines, there was bad machines, because the only thing we've ever been told about the machines in the Matrix universe is that they've been bad and humans are good. But that's not the case at all. There's good machines, there is bad machines, just like there is good humans and there is bad humans. And I do think if the Matrix movies continued, we would not only see a civil war between machines, but we would see a civil war between humans as well. And I firmly believe also that the suits, who the analyst talks about as his bosses, I think that's a mixture of humans and machines. Humans who do not want to leave the Matrix, who do not want this Matrix to be upset. Because if that happens, this perfect ideal world that the analyst built is gone. And what's so good about Ion or Zion or the real world? They don't think there's anything good whatsoever, even though the real world is developing with the machines and the humans working together. It's fantastic, it's fascinating, it's interesting, it's very thought-provoking, and that's what I love about the Matrix movies so much. But guys, what was your thoughts on the character of Kujaku in the Matrix Resurrections when it was first introduced? Do you feel as passionate about the character as I do in terms of its eyes and just the elegance of it, or was it just another random machine for you? And also the meaning, peacock, and Sati meaning mindfulness as well, and these two things come together to free Neo and Trinity. I think it's beautiful. But guys, thanks for watching, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, new video tomorrow, and get into the comment section. Very interested to hear your thoughts about Kujaku. Beautiful name, beautiful machine. And yes, it's not a human being, and you could argue it doesn't have a heart, but I think it has a soul. and it has goodness to it, and I could definitely see that in The Matrix Resurrections. Kujaku, fantastic character.